Parker, honey, now's not the time. You need to come in and we can talk about this, okay? The kids told me that you want to live with him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll talk about it inside.
I don't. I don't want to get out.
Do what now?
I don't want to get out.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to get out.
I'm sorry. You're a child and you don't get to make all the decisions. But you need to get out now, and it's time to come home. Okay? Come
What's
on.
the camera for?
Oh, don't worry about it. You need to come on.
I don't want to get out, Mom.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to get out.
I understand, but it's no longer visitation with your father, and it's time to come home. Okay? All right. We can talk about this. I'll listen to what you have to say, but there's no way that you can just roll up and everything's fine and you can just roll up and say, "Oh, I'm not going to get out of the truck." And this mama is not going to say, "Oh, okay, bye kid. Bye kid that I've raised for 14 years. See you later." I'm just not that way. I love you. And you obviously have done a lot of talking this weekend. That's fine. Maybe there's some stuff that I need to know. But I'm not letting you just drive off. That's not going to happen. I love you too much. And we're too close. And this is not the right way to do it. This is a kind of a underhanded, in my opinion, disrespectful kind of a way to do it. To just, oh, by the way, hey, I'm out of here.
Well,
And that's not your fault. I'm almost certain that you were told that this was going to be an okay way to do it. And it's just not. This is just not very appropriate. So you need to get out of the car.
But how do you want to do it?
Huh?
How do you want to do it?
Well, maybe you and I should come in and talk about what's going on with you that's causing you to feel this way. Maybe we need to talk to the youth pastors like what we were talking about last week. Maybe if there's something going on, I can help. All right? You need to get out of the car. All right? Come on.
I don't want to get out.
Get up. Hey. You need to get out of the car and come home.
I don't want to get out of the car.
Huh?
I don't want to get out of the car.
Okay. Sweetheart, I hate to say this, but you're being real ugly right now. This is being super duper disrespectful, and you need to come home now. And if I have to call a police officer to come help me, I would hate to have to do that, but I sure enough will.
Call him.
Huh?
Call him.
Okay. Caleb's going to get into some trouble because he knows that he has to return you at 2. And I don't think that you're being a very good role model right now at all, sitting there flossing your teeth while this is a major thing that you're encouraging him to do. You don't have
I can't force him to get out of my car.
Yeah, you can. You're his father. He is a minor. You can say, have to get out. We have to do this in the appropriate manner. You can model responsibility. You can choose to do that.
I'm not going to force him to get out.
That's fine. Let's go, Parker. Parker,
Yes, ma'am.
let's go. It's time to go in and talk. This is not the way to go about this.
What is the way?
I already told you to come in and tell me what your concerns are, to come in and talk to me.
Can I tell you my concerns right here?
If you want to be, no, because it's time to go in. I told you guys last week that we had things to do Sunday.
What do we have to do?
Well, for one thing, we're going to Nani's for like a barbecue. Another thing, we're going swimming. We had like family fun plans.
I don't want to go swimming.
Uh-oh, sister. Smell for the camera. Do you have your phone on you? Do you have the non-emergency number for the police? Where's that Bubba? See that Bubba? Hi. Hey. Hey. Daddy's gonna call the cops. You need to get out.
6316.
You need to do the right thing. Do you feel, you know how we talk about you feel in your heart if this is the right thing to do or not? Do you think that this is the appropriate way to do this?
Yes.
You do? Really? You wouldn't do this to him.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just at the time that he was supposed to pick you up say, I don't want to go. You've asked to not go before. And I have,
I've never not asked you.
yeah, you have, sweetheart. You've been doing this for a lot of years. Maybe you've forgotten some stuff. But that is just not allowed. You can't just not show up. We have never done that
I did
because
show
that's
up.
not the right thing to do.
Well, what is the right thing to do then?
You tell me. I can't see you through this dust. Could you please roll this down a little bit? The window? You tell me. What do you think the right thing to do is?
Where did I call?
I don't know.
You think the right thing to do is to just tell your siblings goodbye? Do you think that you're not going to live with them anymore?
Well, I'll still be able to see them, but
When?
every
On
time they
visit?
come over,
But you won't see Mallory because Mallory doesn't go on Caleb visits.
I can FaceTime them or whatever.
You can. Do you think FaceTiming is the same? Do you think
No.
that the same relationship you would have with Caleb if all you did was FaceTime him? No, that's not the way. That's not the way life works. Is on the computer. I know you love Caleb, and it's real easy to be real angry with me and Jason right now because you're 14, and sometimes it's real easy to be angry with everything whenever you're 14. But real life is going to happen no matter where you go. You're going to have to get your laundry done. No matter where you go, you're going to have to do your homework.
I know.
It's no, you don't get a real life depiction of that over at Caleb's, honey, because you don't have to do anything over
But we
there.
don't fight.
Well, honey, maybe it's because you don't have real life over there.
Okay, well then give it 2 weeks.
No, I'm not going to. You
Why?
are my child, and I will not give you over to somebody that there are adult issues that are not anything that you need to be concerned with right now. But if I thought for a second that that was an appropriate place for you to live, if I thought for a second that it was an appropriate place at this point just for you to go on a visit, I don't think that an industrial engine business is a good place for a child.
Is military school a better place for him to go?
He's not going to military school.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that.
Nobody ever said he was going to military school.
You said that you are gonna go look at some.
No, we never did.
Yes, you did. You said it.
The other day, you and I were laughing, and I said, "Oh my gosh, boy, you're driving me crazy. I know why people go to military school."
After we got done.
No, it was a joke, Parker.
Well, it wasn't very
Just like whenever you joke, come up to hit me, I would never send you off. You are my child. You are my firstborn. You're my heart walking around outside my body. Are they on their way? I would never ship you off. I sent you to summer camp one time, and that was hard.
Mhm.
He's not, we have not standard orders. He needs to, it doesn't matter. We need a patrol car. We need help.
Well, he is free to go.
He's not. He's a minor.
No,
and-
he's free to go exit the car whenever he wants to.
And he's going to.
He's not being restrained by me. I'm just filming. That's all
I
I'm
know.
doing.
That's all you're doing is filming. I know your game. That's all you're doing. Are you high right now, Caleb, or are you drunk? Which one is it? Will you take
Neither one.
Will you take a drug test for me? Will you
I'm
reinstate
not
drug
taking
testing?
a drug test for
Well, why
anybody.
not? If you're not under the influence of anything, your big thing now is weed is legal, and it's God's plan.
How do you know?
Because you're on Facebook screaming about how I need to, all these horrible things. We have
How
mutual,
you need to what?
we have all these mutual
I
friends
never
that-
mentioned you. Believe it or not, I don't.
Yeah, well, okay.
Believe it or not, I
Well,
don't.
I've been to the second grade, and I can use my context clues, but I will tell you right now that I don't think that you're an appropriate influence at all.
Okay.
And before this, I was going to talk to you about Summer because there's some things that we need to work on as far as co-parenting. But clearly, excuse me, I'm a movie star. Clearly, what? There needs to be somebody already on the way. Are they already on the way? I think this is a major decision. I know he can't get you because he's in Caleb's car. I think this is a major decision, and I think that I understand being confused. And I understand not liking your parents when you're 14. Caleb does too. We both understand that. But family is family, and we're set up the way we're set up for a reason.
For
And
what reason?
I'm not. Well, that I don't want her to get sunburned. Are they on their way? Or?
Yeah, they're on the way. This is completely the wrong way to do this.
This really is. This is not okay. I'm asking you to come into the house and talk to me about what is going on with you. If you honestly thought that you were going to military school, really, I honestly don't think whenever you're playing the punch game with me, I honestly don't think you're going to hit me. Maybe I've teased too hard with you. Maybe we're our fun, joking family. You're internalizing some of that. I'm willing to work with you on that. But I am not letting you drive off in a car with a man that I don't see as the very best influence on you. And I know that you love him. And I have I always said it's okay to love Caleb. But he does some things that are not some of the things that we want to model.
What does he do?
No, he just does some things that I don't particularly agree with, just like I'm sure I do some things that he doesn't particularly agree with.
But what does he do?
That's some of the things. Baby, you are 14. I know that you're big, but you are still a child. But some of the things that you just can't, some things you just don't need to be involved in. Not now, maybe not ever. I'm not going to reach into the car and snatch you bald-headed or anything like that, because I firmly believe that Caleb would shoot me.
I'm unarmed.
I firmly believe that he would shoot me. But as your mama, right now, I'm telling you, you need to get your little bottom out of this car and you need to come in. Well, first, I just want to hug you because I can see that you're hurting. I don't even know what's going on with you. But you're fine when you leave, and when you come back from Caleb's, you've got turmoil every single time. Something is going on over there. There's conversations that are going on over there that are feeding this negativity. And it's not okay. You're a happy kid. You need to get out of the car and you need to come in. I'm going to go get my orders. Get the orders out of I'm going to get the orders. The cops are going to enforce them. Huh?
Okay.
How many times have I told you I will never give up on you? How many times have I told you that you are worth everything? Did you really think that I was going to say, okay, let me go get your toothbrush? Hey, I love you.
I do.
And I don't know what's going on. But I want a chance to work on it with you.
You've had a chance, Mom.
Oh, I have? If it's bad enough that you don't want to come home, it's pretty bad. I mean, people run away for like humongous things.
Yeah, no.
What do you think this is normal, babe?
No.
Look at that. Look at that, the filming, and do you think that this is a I'm sorry, you're a child, but I have to say, do you think that's being a good parent, baby? Do you think that's somebody that needs to be in complete control of your of decisions regarding you?
I don't think anyone needs to be in complete control. That's why there's two.
That's a good point. When people walk away from their ability to make decisions about their children, though, there's something that we can't make people be involved. We can't make people do the right thing.
What are you referring to?
Well, there's a lot of things that Caleb has checked out on by his own choosing.
As in what?
You name it, baby. And that's okay. He does his thing. We do ours. We raise you guys, and y'all go and have fun Disneyland times with him. That's how it's been. But somebody's got to tell you to eat your Brussels sprouts, put your rubber bands on, and wash your blues and grays on Friday night.
I do that anyways.
No, baby.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Are you going to wait for the cops to come for you to get out of the car? Okay.
How many are coming?
I don't know.
Do you know how many cops are coming?
They
Yeah.
usually send 2 or 3 cars. This is making him real happy. This is his favorite thing to do, to stir up trouble. And you know what? That's not really what we're about as a family. We are not a troublemaking family.
I know it wasn't his choice, it was mine.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think sometimes kids can be encouraged to do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do. You're the most calm, quiet kid I've ever met. You and Hayden.
So there's no reason to send him to anger management classes then?
This is not between you and I. You have checked out completely. You're flossing your teeth, and this is not. No. We may need to go to some anger management counseling because you said you get so mad.
Yes.
That wasn't a bad thing. That was a how can we help you process your emotions thing. It's hard to learn how to handle emotions. Lots of grown-ups can't do it. Impulse control, like right now. Oh, I want to do this right now. Impulse control is a real hard thing for lots of grown-ups to learn. This should not have been handled in this fashion. But somebody decided, hey, let's do it. I don't know if it was you. I don't know if it was Caleb, but it was on an impulse.
It was me.
It was on let's pull this trigger now. And this is not well thought out. This is not a mama, I need to talk to you. Take me to Starbucks. Everybody loves you in that house. Your dad and I love you. I have no doubt in my mind that Caleb loves you to the best of his ability. But it is very different to father a child and to parent a child. Those are 2 separate things. Can you tell me what time it is?
123. 223. Okay.
Every minute that you stay in this car that he doesn't make you get out is like not good.
He's free to get out anytime he wants to.
Yeah, well,
He knows it.
being free to get out and being a parent and saying, no, son, you need to get out. It's time to go home. We'll handle this. I'll contact your mother. We'll talk about this. We need to have a family meeting, as opposed to just, oh, by the way, he doesn't want to get out. You know this is wrong. You weren't raised to be like this. You weren't raised trash like this, Caleb Leverett. Your mother would be ashamed.
He has expressed to me he wants to live with me.
That's
and
fine.
Therefore,
He has
I'm going
expressed-
to help my son.
He has expressed to me that he loves you many, many times.
I'm
But
just telling
he
you
has
what I was
also
told.
expressed to me that you have encouraged him to do this. And I don't for a second think that this is all my son's doing. And I hate
Well, Parker, what?
that he is in the middle of it.
Well, I hate it that he's in the middle of it too.
It's horrible.
I don't get a thrill in doing this either. I'm just trying to
You're
help
getting
my
something
son.
out of it.
I'm trying to help my son. I don't know what else.
You're
to do.
not either. You're not even focused. You're picking lint off of your thing. You're just holding that up just so you can have proof for court or whatever you think is going to happen. Maybe you just want to go to court. Is this your way of?
No, I would rather just do everything voluntarily without the court.
So why don't you voluntarily pay your child support and do your health insurance? That would be great. Why don't you voluntarily parent?
I do voluntarily parent. Yes.
Oh, okay. You know, I'm sorry, Parker. I shouldn't have even said that. Will you get out so we don't have cops all over the stinking road? You're gonna have the cops. Really? You don't know. This is a humongous temper tantrum. You need to get out of the car and come home. This is ridiculous. Will you call Marissa and have her come across and watch the kids? I don't want them in there by themselves. Why are we just waiting on the police officers? Why don't you just do the right thing and get out of the car?
How is that the right thing?
Because this is your home. This is where you live. This is where you're being raised with your siblings. This is where your dogs are. That's where your backpack is. For crying out loud, I'm not going to bring you your stuff. All your whole life is in there. This is not the way to do it. And do you think that you're really building relationships? You know how we talked about family is forever?
Yes.
Do you really think that this is going to build a long-standing good relationship with you, me, Daddy, the brothers, and the sisters? Do you think this is the way?
Yes.
It's not. Nobody just does this. The only person that I've ever known that has ever done this is Caleb Leverett. I'm done. I'm tired of doing domestic, and he would take off. That's how I know that this is not coming from you.
Why do
Because
you
your
want me here
heart,
so bad?
because I love you, because you're my child, because I had you to raise. I didn't have you until it got hard, Parker. Look at me in the face. I never once had a baby and I said, I'm going to do this until he starts driving me nuts. I'm going to do this until his grades drop. I'm going to do this until it gets inconvenient. This is forever. I have never left you, and you have never left me. You got something tough, we'll handle it. But you got to let me in. You got to let me know what's tough.
They almost here.
I don't know. They'll be here when they get here. It's a non-emergency. Is it going to be a relief when they get here and say, this is the order you need to abide by it? Is that going to be a relief to where the choice is made for you, baby? Because if you feel like you have to stay in the truck to prove that you love Caleb, or if you feel like you have to get out to prove that you love me, that is horse crap. That guy knows that you love him. He knows it. Daddy and I know that you love us. This is not about picking sides. You're coming home one way or the other. Oh my gosh. I can't believe you did this on today of all days.
It's gonna be hard either way.
Well, it's not going to happen, baby.
It could.
No, it couldn't.
Why?
Because I'll fight for you. Because I love you.
I'll
Because you're my
fight right
baby.
back.
Huh?
I'll fight right back.
That's fine. We'll get you an attorney. It's called a guardian ad litem.
We got one.
I guess you probably know now that, well, I'll deal with you later.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Why are you doing this? Why are you encouraging this?
Because I will always help my son.
Always help your son do
He's
what?
expressed to me that he does not want to live with you anymore, and he does not want to go back to your house. And I'm not just going to abandon
That
him.
sounds great. Let's do that on a random Sunday afternoon.
They always come back on random Sunday afternoons.
Let's not call and say, hey, we've got an issue. Let's not say, okay, you need to go home, but we'll meet up and we'll talk about this. Let's not do this in a mature adult manner. Let's just spring this on somebody. Did they say they were on their way?
Yeah.
They
It
did.
takes forever.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take this long. You got my orders?
What did the court order say?
That you have to be home on the 4th Sunday at 2:00 p.m. Caleb's probably, if we go to court, Caleb's probably going to get in trouble for this. But I guess he doesn't care. He doesn't. That's his decision.
I would much rather solve all issues outside of the court.
Oh, well,
I've made that
I
very
can't-
clear many times.
we've
It
tried
doesn't work.
we've tried working with you. If you have issues that you want to solve, then you need to contact us. Not at 11:30 at night in a text message when you're drunk. You don't know, baby.
He had 2 beers.
Baby, I shouldn't even be talking about it over you. I shouldn't even be talking about it. It's very hard not to, though. And you're just old enough to understand just the teeniest iceberg of this whole man.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm watching this. I'm getting a little upset. This is very triggering. This is my first time watching the video all the way through. We're going to finish it. I'm going to show you several of these videos so you understand where tomorrow's show is coming from. If you got your questions for Caleb, make sure to get those. Like I said, he's going to be in studio. But I just wanted to get on here and ask, and maybe you can put it down in the comments. How many of you are relating to what you're seeing on the screen right here? I think this is typical behavior. They're going to think this is uncommon, but this is one of those, good job for Caleb, man. I want to cheer him on for actually having the phone on and recording this as it was happening, because a lot of us know what this is. You recognize it for what it is, and we don't have it on video. But this shows people just how crazy this bullcrap gets right here. And I don't know who's worse, the mom who won't stop talking or Mr. Football. Oh my God. This is why I talk to you men all the time. You stepdads, you want to encourage this type of behavior. Really? Really? Now, what is it? Look, that's the exact type of man that they want, because he's just sitting in the background, not talking. I'm just here to protect. I'm just here to do this. I'm just here to do that. Right. But anyway, I'm going to get back to the video, guys. I just wanted to hop in here and say that really quick.
Mountain of mess. Divorce is hard. Nobody said it's not. But there's just things that you just can't involve your kids in. It's just the way it is.
I'm involved anyway.
Honey, yeah, you're involved in a lot of ways, but you're not involved
Remember when I
with
said there's a lot of
all
other things that
the
go into
little
this?
bitty things that have happened? Because you don't need to know that.
Why?
You don't need to, because the ins and outs of what happened between me and your father, and the ins and outs of what happened between me and your father and Samantha, that's adult information.
And we're not my fault.
Do what? What?
Stop.
No. You're my baby, and
No,
I'm gonna
get
touch
off.
you. I'm just touching you.
Yeah, I know. Get off.
Why? What happened?
Because I'm tired of fighting with you.
I'm not fighting
Yes,
with
we're
you.
always fighting. Every freaking day after school, we're always fighting. Him too.
You're
I'm
not-
tired of
you're
fighting.
not gonna yell at me.
You always yell at me.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Go ask the little kids.
We have talked about this.
No, we haven't.
We talked about it
He's
before
always
you
walking
left.
off.
We talked about it before you left.
No, we didn't.
And everything was fine.
You
hugged me
said
and
to
kissed
not
me
call
hard.
for extra time on Monday because it was Memorial Day.
No, that's not why. I
Yes.
said because we have plans.
Okay, well, still. Either way, you wouldn't have let us come over because it's a holiday.
What are you talking about? Come over where?
Stay. That's what I
No,
meant.
I don't want you to stay extra time with him. We have a set. This is how Caleb and I have it set up. There are orders, and like whenever there's a funeral in his family or whatever, or there's something going on, we try to work together for big things, kid things. But if he wants extra time, he needs to go back and he needs to ask the court and sign up for extra time. That's the way to do things. That's
Well,
the
let's
right
go to
way
court.
to do things. Well, that's not your decision. That's not your decision.
So it's my,
Yes, it sucks.
and it shouldn't. It shouldn't be this freaking hard.
Nope, it shouldn't.
Then why are y'all making it?
I'm not making it hard.
Okay, then what are you doing?
Standing my ground for my child.
So you want me here, but we fight all the time, and you're always.
If you think that we fight all the time, then we have some work to do.
Yes,
Because
we
we're
do.
laughing
We
all the
obviously
time.
do. No, we're actually not.
Well, everything's happy until you guys come back from
No,
Caleb's,
it's
and then I
not.
hear about how bad we are over here, and so I'm not a detective, but I can probably put two and two together that there's quite a lot of time. Can you call that non-emergency number again?
What
Yes,
would you do
please.
if Mom and Caleb were still married and you were still fighting?
Yeah.
Where would you go then?
What would you do?
Nowhere. I'll be stuck, and it would suck even worse.
You realize that this decision separates you from your brothers and your sister.
Yes.
That's pretty
That's a
interesting.
pretty harsh decision.
Yes. And I know, and it shouldn't have to be that harsh.
Well,
Thank you for pointing out the obvious. Not trying to be
You don't need
rude.
to be disrespectful.
Yes,
you are being rude, and you are trying
You
to
were
be
trying
rude
really hard to do
because
that.
you're being encouraged to be.
Okay.
And we're not stupid, and we get it, and we forgive you for it. You need to get your bottom out of the
I'm
truck.
not getting
and
out of the
talk to
truck.
me. Well, you
I'm
are.
talking to you right now.
I need help getting my kid. Here, let me talk to him.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hi. My ex-husband will not release my child to me, and he's encouraging him to stay in the truck. Could you please get somebody out here to help me get my child? He was due at 2, and they're just sitting in the truck, and he's filled. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't want things to escalate, and I've got my 4 other children across the street at a neighbor's house, and just need a little bit of help. Is there? I understand. Is there a? Is there something that I can? Is there something that I can do once the officer gets here? Are there charges that I can press or? Right. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll go that way then. All right. Well, thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.
What they say.
They said they're working on it. They said that they've got a couple of units that are working towards getting down to us. But, it takes a minute. You know what? Instead of her, because I know she has things to do. Did y'all have a good weekend?
Yes, sir.
What y'all do?
Went rabbit hunting. Went over
Ew, gross. Is that what's on your pants?
Went over to Hills, ate lunch. Just that sort of thing.
Just regular stuff.
Caught 4 baby rabbits.
What do you do with them whenever you catch them?
Made a little home for him. Uncle Eric's gonna buy.
Oh, I thought you meant shoot them. I thought you said you went rabbit hunting.
Yeah, we did, but after that we found this little hole of baby rabbits.
Hang on a second. Hey, I need a little help. Caleb, I'm sorry. I've got the kids across the street at Marissa's, but I think she's got something to do. Can you come out? Can you come and watch the kids? Caleb's filming everything, and he's got Parky in the truck, and he says he's free to go, but Parker's saying he's not going to get out because he wants to live with him. And I've got the cops on the way, but it's going to be a minute. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, thanks.
There come the tears. Oh, there come the tears. Did you see it, guys? Did you see how quick it? Oh my God. This is why guys disengage. Imagine this is the communication you've got to go through when you pick up and drop off your kid. And why is stepdad even there in the first place? Okay, guys, I'll talk about it a little bit more, but that as soon as I saw those tears, man, I was like, how quick can you go from this to this? It's crazy. Makes you just shiver, doesn't it? Somebody said, why was she crying? Because emotions win cases for women. They lose cases for men. Can you imagine Caleb sitting there shutting up right now? Look at both of the guys. None of them are doing any talking. These type of people can do this shit nonstop all day long. It gets crazy. Oh my God, dude. I feel sorry for you. You know what? You should have stayed in college. You should have continued playing football. You should have stayed single, dude. Because I could only imagine what that's like. I could only imagine. All right, let's get back to the tears, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Who's that?
Kevin, Christine.
I don't think any of us can, bud.
Anyway, so you made a place for the rabbit.
I've tried everything else.
Baby. What kind of place did you make?
Cat kennel. We just filled it full of hay so they can burrow and stuff, and put a bowl of water in there and a bowl of warm milk. And the cat played in the sandbox. She just slept in there.
I didn't even know that they drank milk.
You are absolutely right.
I really wish you
I'd
would get
bet
out of
on
the
it.
car.
I gotta shut
Deal
up.
with this. Look at me.
Thank you.
Please get out of the car and come home and let's talk. Please don't make a police officer enforce this order. Please do it.
Just give me what I want.
The court order, that's the visitation. Please just do it.
What's he gonna do to me?
I don't know. This has never happened before.
Exactly.
Probably nothing. Probably gonna say, hey, it's not his turn anymore. You need to get out of the car and go to your mom's. Not like he's gonna do anything bad to you. You're a child.
Hold up. I want to, you know what? And I'm fine. I'm fine with you bringing this up. Miss Kim Kurgoffer said, wait a minute. Why is the father doing this at the time when he knows it will not end up on his side? What a waste of time. He is teaching his son to deal with things the wrong way. He has said many times in this, Kim, he is free to go. Caleb is not keeping him in that car. But this is a son say, I am not doing it. And do you see what he's going through right now and what's going on back there? What's going to happen when he goes in those doors? You know the problem with abused kids, or when they're going through this type of stuff? They don't speak. He feels safe with his dad. He does not want to leave that safe place. I do not blame Parker. I don't blame Parker one bit whatsoever. He's trying to tell you something that's going on. Does that look coached? I don't think so. I can see some coaching in here, but I don't think it's coming from Caleb. All right, let's keep this going.
Will you please go home?
I'd rather wait on the cops.
Why?
I already told you. I don't want to live here. Always fighting.
That's not the reality of the situation, Parker.
And what is?
The reality is being a teenager is hard. And there's a lot of emotions I mean, your brain, your hormones you're taking a testosterone bath right now. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard no matter where you are.
Kim, if you're watching
just
this and you
hard.
don't see it, most people
It's
can
hard to
recognize
grow
this a mile away.
I know.
It's okay, Mike. Let people
Why don't
ask
you live with a
questions.
family that
We got to
loves
have
you?
conversations.
For a guy that lives in a shop
Gotta
that
have
sees you
conversations.
48 days
Man,
out
shut
of
up.
the year
Because we don't fight.
because you don't know him, baby.
And you don't know what's going to happen. You've never given it a chance. Ever.
You're right.
You've
you know.
never, ever given
You're
me a
right. You
chance.
yell at me.
You've only let us go there 2-week periods out of the summer.
It's not that I let you. It was agreed. He chose his visitation.
That wasn't court ordered. That was mediated.
He chose it. That is not a me thing. That's a Caleb thing.
Okay, then I want to go see a judge because right now I don't trust anybody.
But you don't understand.
What? Then
I can
tell me what I'm
understand
not
that.
I
understanding.
can understand that you want to go talk to somebody. And if you need help understanding the orders, I will gladly pay for that. But what you don't understand is you can't tell him that he has to change his orders. You can't do that.
I'm not telling
he
anyone
wanted-
anything.
I'm
If
more
he
than willing to go
wanted-
to go
if
to the
he-
judge.
If he
Let him talk to the
wanted,
judge. I'm more than willing.
if he wanted you to live with him, he would have filed. He would have gone to court. He would have taken us to court.
Y'all did go to
It's
court.
too expensive, Candace.
Yeah.
I can't afford it.
That's just the way it is. I'm sorry.
We can mutually
Well,
work
if you would
this out.
quit
We can work
donating
this out.
all your money to your crazy marijuana causes or whatever you do now,
How do you know what I donate to?
we live in Odessa.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you know what I had for supper last night.
Well, it's nice to say that I'm a hot topic.
No, you're not a hot topic. It's just that you're weird.
Of course I am, but I'm also willing to work with y'all or you.
No, well, we're willing to work with you too.
Let's
My
just-
child needs to get out of the car and we'll work with you.
let's go to the judge.
Okay, you need to move that.
No.
I'm your mother and you're being ugly to me. You know you're being ugly to me. I'm done.
So am I.
Good. You
Okay.
need to get your bottom in the house.
No.
If you need
Yes.
somebody to explain what all went on, that's fine. We can get somebody that you want to talk to do that.
And everybody can be present.
We'll go to a
Remember
judge.
you asking me what all went on, and
It's hard to
I remember telling you
understand.
that It was hard to understand.
It's
There was
hard
just
for
a lot
us
of
to
stuff.
understand sometimes how this all works.
Okay, so y'all don't fully understand. Let's go to a judge.
No, I do understand. It's just a difficult subject matter.
Okay, we have time.
Because you're talking about
We don't
years
have,
now.
you can't go to a judge right now on a Sunday afternoon, Bubba. You can't just say, hey, it's just like this. This is a very not okay way of doing things. You can't just say, hey, court, open up. I got a question.
Okay,
it
well,
doesn't-
let's talk to the cop. I'll wait till they get here.
The cop
the
doesn't know
cop
anything
doesn't
about
know
the
anything
order.
about it.
Okay, well, then they shouldn't be over here trying to get me out of this freaking truck.
They're
They don't know one thing that's happening.
They
You're
know
not
what
gonna
the orders
yell.
say.
Okay, then
Just
you
like a
you
law.
just went
calm down.
you just went back on your words then.
No,
No.
it's a law.
He can
basically.
enforce it, but he wasn't there. He's not somebody to interpret every little thing. There was
Okay, then
a
he shouldn't be
thought.
enforcing anything.
Well, I don't know what to
And
tell
don't
you.
say that's just the way it is.
Well, it kind of is. I know that you didn't want to hear that, but the judge writes it down in this book right here. And this book is law.
And
Anything
he
that
signed
doesn't
it, and
get
I
followed,
signed it.
And we can mutually
anything that does
agree
not
to
get followed is called
mix it up
contempt of
anytime we
court.
want to.
You're right. We can. And
can.
had you proven to be more, they need their swimsuits and stuff.
How many people have y'all dragged into this?
Huh?
How many people have y'all called?
Well, I've got 4 kids besides you that I need to make sure that they're safe so I can devote all my attention on you and your temper tantrum that you're having. You don't need to film my children. You don't need to film my husband or anything. Why are you doing that?
It's a public street. I'm in my own vehicle, and I have every right to film whatever I want to.
You're so smart. You're right.
I do know my rights, Candace.
That's good. That's a good thing. I know mine too. Come on, let's go. You don't even know. Like, this is the biggest day of your life, and you don't even know what you're doing.
What's the biggest day of my life?
Oh my gosh, Parker.
What?
We were going to pull your Trans Am around in just a minute. Your car's here.
Okay.
Yay. We're so excited to show you and film it. Watch, watch, watch. Don't go. Stay. Wait. All right, come on. Go get your swimsuits, okay, guys? Go get your swimmy suits. Don't even worry about a towel. Just go get your trunk. Compression shorts. Will you please get out of the car now?
No.
Can we just talk about this like normal human beings? This is
No,
not
because
how
we won't
families
talk.
work.
We'll yell.
We will. Don't yell. The only person that's been yelling is you.
Because you're
Just
not
like-
getting it. Neither is he. I
This
don't
is
want
what
to be here.
I already talked to you about. You say we yell all the time. It's you.
No, because
Calm down. We can't do anything. We can't work out anything if you're hollering.
I can't ever work out anything anyways.
Well,
Because he either walks off or you and me are yelling.
no, we're not yelling.
Yes, y'all are.
Well, give it another chance.
No,
Don't yell at me.
I won't give you another chance if you won't give me another chance.
I'm giving you another chance right now.
No, not to get out of the car, to try this.
You can't try that. That's not, I don't feel like that's an appropriate place for you, Parker Kelly.
I don't feel like this is an appropriate place for
Well,
me.
Dadgummit, whenever you're 18, you get to pick lots of things. But right
When
now,
I'm 14, if I'm 12, I can pick
no,
things.
you can't.
Yes, I can because it says it in the law.
It doesn't say it in our orders.
Well,
It's not there.
have you even read all the orders?
Yeah, I have, babe.
Really?
Yeah.
So you know everything it says, but it's still confusing.
I think the circumstances are confusing.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I don't think that the orders are confusing. They're pretty cut and dry. Why do you not want people to know? Are you embarrassed? Do you feel
How
like
about
this is,
what?
Well, I mean, you're like, how many people are you going to involve in this? Well,
I don't care who all comes. Go knock on every door.
I don't want to. I don't need to.
I don't care.
Calm down.
No.
This is not going to end the way you want it, baby.
Yes, it
You're
is.
making your life harder.
And you're making your future harder.
Why?
Because if you
Are
think
you
this
going to
is
be
the
ugly to me every day because I don't let you go live with him?
no,
Because that's not.
but
who
if you
are.
think that I'm gonna let my kids see you if I have kids, or if you think this is the right way to have a long-term relationship with me, you're sadly mistaken.
Okay. Well, I will take my chances on doing what I think is right for you, raising you in an environment that I think is appropriate for you. And if one day you find out that you don't want to see me anymore, well, by golly, that is your choice.
Okay.
But I'm going to do my damnedest, my very best, because I feel like that's my job. I'm not just going to Well, all right, that one got too hard, and he wanted to go live with the ex. So 1 down, 4 to go. That's not what this is. That's not real life. That's not real family. Oh, good. They're finally here.
I'm going to rewind this about 10 or 20 seconds. Here comes the tears. Here comes the tears. I guarantee you, the cops are coming. The cops must be pulling up. It's the bullshit they do, man. Let me go back here. Where are we? 49, 50. Let's go back. All right, here we go. Look.
Oh, good. They're finally here.
I've been waiting for you. Look at this, man. And people fall for it. People fall for it.
Can I have my orders, please?
Let me get off. I'll be shouting.
You have my papers? Well, the kids are supposed to come home at 2, and the rest of them came in. I have 4 children with my ex-husband. The 3 little, right in here. He's filming us, by the way.
You're being filmed.
Anyway, the 3 little ones came in and said, you need to go out and talk to Parker because now he wants to live with Dad. We have not standard orders. We had a very strange mediated agreement. This man does not see these children on a regular basis. And all of a sudden, my kids are fine when they leave. And when they come home, I have a child that does not want to get out of this car. And my ex-husband is saying, oh, he's free to go whenever he wants to, but I'm not going to make him get out. Well, they're filming me. They're being not confrontational, but you know, it's that whole, I'm not touching you. Just, this child needs to come home. He's 14 years old.
Can I get an ID?
Yes, sir.
You too. Do you have your ID?
It's in there.
Can you get it for me?
Just to make sure they don't leave.
He's staying here. You have it in park?
Sir?
Is it in park?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's in park.
That's fine.
It's my ID. Okay.
John Leverett?
Caleb Leverett. Yes, sir.
Oh, you poor thing. You're such a good stepdad. Love that shirt, man. Love it. Y'all really caught on to the Mighty Mouse thing, didn't you? Here I come to save the day.
It's not standard. We have a standing order. The papers clearly say pickups and drop-offs, weekly possession throughout the year, which is where we are. Second Friday of each month from 6 to Friday. Second Friday of each month from 6 p.m. to Friday 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. And on the fourth Friday, which is we're on the fourth Friday, 6 p.m. on Friday to 2 p.m. on Sunday. He doesn't have Thursday. He only has like a. I know. He won't. He did not say it. Oh, he said it. Well, he doesn't want to get out of the car. All of a sudden, he doesn't want to go. This is amazing. This guy is terrorizing my children emotionally. My job is
Caleb, you talk too much. Let's hear what you got to say.
Yes, sir.
You can videotape it. That's fine.
I know.
Mine's going to.
Okay, thanks.
So what's going on?
I'm dropping him off at 2:00, which was 55 minutes ago, and my son has expressed to me that he does not want to go back over there. And I did go by the orders. I returned all 4 children here, and he is refusing to get out of the car, and he's free to go. I'm certainly not saying he can't go, but he's also. I'm not going to leave my kid. I'm not going to force him to do anything he doesn't want to do.
But she does have legal custody of them right now.
Yes. They have been within her custody the last 55 minutes. Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're all
Yeah.
understand.
I've got I got the same copy of the same court order. I
That's
mean,
fine.
we're on the
Just
same
making sure
page.
we're
This
all-
is just one of those real sticky situations where he doesn't want to go back, and I'm not going to kick my son out. And the camera is simply for just keeping everybody honest and make sure everything is going by the book.
That's fine. That's like I said, mine's going to.
Okay. And what's your name? B.
I'm Officer Brandon Spinks.
Spinks. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
SPINKS.
Badge number 147.
147.
Okay. Thank you.
What's going on, man? Any reason why?
We're always fighting, and I just don't want to go over there.
Bubba,
Please
we're
don't
not
force me
always-
to go over there.
We're not always fighting.
Yes,
Bubba.
we are, Mom. I'm not going over there.
It is hard to be 14, but it is harder to do things like this. This is not even who you are.
Yes. Please
No,
don't
it's-
force me to go.
This is all.
Please.
Everything is fine, and then you cannot tell me that you have not encouraged this. This is ridiculous.
I thought this over through like 2 or 3 years, Mom.
Oh my gosh, you're a child. You're not equipped to make these decisions.
Yes, I am. If
No,
I'm
you're
12 or
not.
older, I'm equipped to make
Maybe
this
if I
decision.
thought he was an appropriate influence, if we co-parented together on a regular basis, if we were talking and things were all about you, then by golly, if I really believed that it was what you needed and wanted, I would let it happen. But I do not think you're safe over there, and I will not just let you
And
drive off in this car.
And I don't think I'm safe over here.
Well, why?
Because you've hit me before.
I will hit you again. I will spank you again.
No,
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? What did he just? All right, hold up now. Hold up. Let's go back. Let's listen to it again. For anybody, we don't know the whole story.
Happen. But I do not think you're safe over there, and I will not just let you drive
And I-
off in this car.
and I don't think I'm safe over here.
Well, why?
Because you've hit me before.
I will hit you again. I will spank you again.
No, you
I'll
don't.
guarantee
You don't
you.
spank. You hit me in the face.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. And
Now let me ask you a question. And I know people get mad when I say this. What if this was the other way around and that was the dad standing outside of that window saying that was my court papers, and they heard that kid say, "You are hitting me and you did this"? What would you be saying right now? Man, bravo to Parker. I am so glad he did this.
you choked. You have grabbed my throat before and pushed me up against the wall one time because I did my boots, and you would not let me bring them over. I
have never
remember it because we were
choked
in the
you.
hallway by my room.
I don't choke you, Parker.
No,
What are talking
you
about?
did not choke me, but you had your hands around my neck, and you and him were cornering me, and I will not go back over here.
I have
Please,
never
for the love of
choked you.
God, let me leave.
No.
Please don't
No,
force me
this
to
is
go,
ridiculous.
sir. Please, for the love of God.
Deep breaths, buddy. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Take some deep breaths.
I also want to bring up, we talk about gaslighting. I think Parker and Caleb did a really good job at being quiet. And then it got to the point to where when all this is going, he starts showing his emotion. And what are most people going to do? They're going to take a snapshot. They're going to say, look, this is what we're dealing with. And so the cops didn't see the whole hour leading up to that, right? It's usually just the part that they want you to see. And that's what I would say for you guys, man. Make sure that you keep your emotions at bay. Please, please do.
You're doing just fine. Proud of you. You're doing just fine. Just be honest. That's all I'll ask. This is what you want, just as long as you're being honest. That's all that matters. Can you hear me saying?
I think he told her to consider letting me go.
I have legal custody of you, Parker, and I'm unlocking this car. No, you're my
No.
child.
I'm not getting out.
No,
I explain to you also.
I'm getting you out of the car.
You're saying
Can we ask for the door to be unlocked?
you can unlock it.
Do what?
This is a parent adult. This is a parent child situation.
Get out of the car,
No.
Parker.
This is a civil issue. Like you're saying you're following the people that you let them. You said that she hasn't been with him.
Mom, no.
This is really the wrong way to do this.
Get her arm out.
No, I'm not getting my arm out. You're my kid.
Stop.
You're
Stop.
my kid.
Stop.
No, I'm not gonna stop.
Stop. Stop.
I can't.
Stop.
Ow!
Neither am I.
Parker,
I have to use force to get you out.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's a civil issue.
This is ridiculous. Come home.
No.
That's what's going on. That's why.
I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Did I get my?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I gave yours back. I saw that first.
Okay, thanks.
Sir,
And I'm
can you
allowed to
sleep?
do whatever to get this baby out of the car. Can my husband help me?
Please don't. No, get
Okay, he's
Stop.
a step parent. He has
No!
custody too.
Stop!
No.
Get out!
Back up.
Get out!
Me? You just said it.
I know. Let me talk. Here, ma'am.
Hang on, Parker. Hang on. He didn't say you have to get out.
You ain't gotta step up. Just hold on a minute.
Yes, sir.
She's your mom, dude.
Yes, sir.
And I understand you don't want to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But she does have the right to get you out of the car. Okay. Now, I know you want to go with your dad, and I understand that. Don't get me wrong. I do. Okay. I'm just saying, you're still a child, man. You're 14. She does have the right to get you out of the car.
Right.
Okay. But the whole fighting and arguing and bickering and trying to roll her arm up from the window. I mean, if this is going to turn into a disturbance, we need to handle this a different way. Can we agree?
Yes.
Okay. This is going from civil to disturbance.
Yes, sir.
Who initiated the force?
Well, she was trying to get the child out of the car, which is initiating her parental right. It wasn't technically force.
It's not force.
No, she was initiating her parental rights.
Okay. Is that per law?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know which law that is by chance?
Right off the top of my head, no, but I
Okay,
would
okay,
have to go look
okay.
it up. Okay. I mean, I understand, but like I said, the whole this disturbance turning into disturbance.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's where I get involved.
I wasn't trying to roll her arm out. I was trying to get her arm out.
I understand. I was sitting here. I witnessed everything. I saw what happened. Okay.
So I was in the wrong?
I didn't say either one of you were in the wrong. I just said this is turning into a disturbance, and that's what we're not about to do. Okay?
I need you to just get out of the car.
So if we can talk about this in a civil way, like adults, we need to do it that way.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
You good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll let y'all continue this.
There's nothing to talk about. He's adamant that he's not getting out, and I'm adamant that I'm not sending him away with my ex-husband. There's
Please,
nothing to
sir.
talk about.
Please.
We can talk about what's going on with why you feel this way in the house, but I am not sending you somewhere where I don't have a good feeling about it, even on your regular visits.
Okay, well, I want him to go in then.
He can't come in and mediate this. That's not his job, babe.
You can't take back to court and discuss that way.
I'm trying to do it without.
He doesn't
a
believe in
fight.
courts or cops.
I'm trying to do it in a less expensive way because I've gone down the expensive route, which has broken me.
Why don't you go ahead and tell him what you think about police officers?
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
You don't have respect for anybody, even your own child.
Completely irrelevant.
You don't have even respect for even your own child to encourage him to handle a situation just impulsively like this. This is
He's
ridiculous.
been pretty calm until he's been pressured, from what I'm witnessing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm
From
pretty-
your point of view and the way you'll edit that, I'm sure. Will you mind emailing me a copy?
I'm not gonna
Completely.
answer that question.
Will you please email me a copy of
I'm
that
not
so
gonna
I have
answer that.
record of it also?
I'm not going to answer that.
Mm.
Y'all can handle that a bit in court, and y'all can get it on paper. Y'all can go back to
It's
custody.
time to go.
You already said.
The officer already said it's going to be a disturbance, and I'm not going to stop until you're home.
I'm not gonna stop until I'm not gonna do
So you want me to be arrested for creating a disturbance, or
If
Or
that's what
him.
it takes, Mom, you're scaring me.
I'm not scaring you. To
Yes.
get you out of the car, that's scary. What do you think's going to happen when you go in?
Trying to unlock the door and get him to open the
Absolutely.
door.
He's a parent. The cop just said he's also a parent that has custody
Okay,
right now.
well, I'm
He's
not
just a
going.
step-parent.
And we'll just have it filed with the paperwork, and then we go about our way. That's my goal. I don't have the $10,000 to put down. I just don't.
I'm just saying that's a route you can go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna be looking into it some more. But like I said, hopefully without involving all the lawyers, at least too many lawyers.
How do I go about this and it's not a disturbance to where I don't upset you or upset him? I mean, I have legal custody of this child, and he won't. I mean, he's right there. I can touch him and he won't unlock the door. He's having a temper tantrum.
Child.
I know. What do I do, officer? I can't, because then he starts screaming, and then you say no, because it's a disturbance. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This is unbelievable.
Yes, it is.
I'm floored.
You're what?
I'm floored.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm sure.
Okay. So you came to bring the kid back, right?
Yes.
For my children.
Okay. You don't want to get off?
No, sir, I'm scared to go in.
You're
Okay,
scared to
you wanna
go
stay,
in.
You want to stay with your dad?
Yes, sir.
And you're willing to take him?
Why are you
absolutely.
scared to go in? No, I have legal custody.
Doesn't matter. We can't do nothing about that, man.
I'm scared to go in.
Why are you
especially
scared?
after right now.
Nothing's gonna happen to you, baby. I just want a hug.
No, I'm not going in.
We can't do nothing about it.
Like I told you before he got there.
But you said that I could use whatever force necessary to get into
That's
that
not what
car.
I said.
Aside from killing him. That's
Aside
what you
from
said.
killing him is exactly what you said.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Your situation?
And your name,
Oh, Officer Rocha.
Rocha, badge number 120. Okay. Yes.
Okay. For this instant, she's gonna probably want to do something about it and go to court and all that.
Mhm.
I would advise you that because you're doing a good thing, court and all that, so you can show whoever you need to go.
Right.
So, I don't know what he's scared about. I don't know what he's scared about. There might have been something that happened.
I want to say props to this police officer. He told him, you're doing the right thing by recording, so you got evidence. A lot of these guys that don't have that evidence and that go through this all the time, I want you guys to think about that. If he didn't have this recording, this story might have ended up in a completely different manner, okay? Same thing with Johnny Depp. You got this device. You can take it with you everywhere. Make sure that you're recording. But I know the police, obviously, we're getting two different opinions here, because one cop was saying something else, and now this cop seems like a pretty good guy. I kind of like this cop so far, and we'll continue hearing what he's got to say. They're told to stay out of these civil matters, right? Let's continue watching and see what happens from here on out.
Just make sure that
His father is willing to take it. Okay? Y'all can discuss this in a civil way, but his father can take it. Y'all can take him back to court and
How can you say
determine, because that's a civil issue. That is y'all civil. That is y'all going to court. That is y'all's child custody agreement. Okay? That is not a criminal issue.
he doesn't want to stay here. We can't make him
Okay?
stay here. Anytime.
If he's willing to take the kid,
Well,
if
let me
he's
ask
willing to
you
take your
this.
son,
I live
it's considered
You
Odessa.
You can just
but
steal
it's
my boy.
technically in Midland County.
Yeah,
So
yes.
how is that?
It's
Yeah,
illegal.
I mean, if she
What's the
escalates
point of
this
having
and
orders if
actually
he can
takes
do whatever he
him
wants
if he
to do?
does refuse to get out,
So 6
which
weeks
who
down
would
the
be
road,
who would have
they can do
jurisdiction?
something about it?
Midland County Sheriffs or y'all? Or
Watch out.
Whoever you call, don't know.
I know, and I'm sure that he probably agrees if he had a child in a situation, but he
Because
can't.
honestly,
I'm pretty much gonna send the sheriff out there.
I can only go as far as my.
Midland County Sheriff. Midland County.
What am I allowed to do to get my child?
Ector County. 'Cause you know where?
No, you didn't. You went back. You said I can do.
I live in my shop in an apartment in my shop right behind there. It's just beyond the Ector County line.
I'm confused. I'm sorry.
But the address.
What happens if I cause a
Okay.
disturbance getting my boy?
Right, and anytime you want to leave,
What is it? Just I don't even know what a disturbance is. Just being loud.
Okay, can y'all write a report about this?
You said I
About what's
couldn't get
happening?
in.
Get him out without causing a disturbance.
Okay.
When you start screaming and yelling and trying to
Yeah.
rolling up,
Yeah.
Okay.
that could be
I want to record this, and I want to record
Then
what
what do we
your
do for me
recommendation
to press
is
charges
as an
against him?
officer.
I'm prepared to do that right now.
And I appreciate y'all
I have
being
it
civil
right
about this.
Right there.
I
Right
really
there.
do.
You don't see that?
So you want to press assault charge?
Any-
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm having a hard time watching this video. I really am. Now here we go. I've got red marks right here. Cops was sitting here watching this the whole time. I'm wondering if she's going to be doing this against her son or if it's against Caleb.
Anything to get him away from.
No, he's going with it.
Even if he.
Yes,
Even
the
if
way
he.
I hear
if
is
you want to go ahead and file the assault charge, he's probably going
I've
with it.
never,
he's
obviously never
assaulting you, I
been
can't
inside
leave
the
him
home. I don't, all
So
I'm
there's
getting
no
is first
there's
or
no
second
loophole to
hand
get my baby.
No, man.
from.
There's no loophole to get my baby. Willing to put assault charges on the kids. You know what really pissed me off is I had some people that told me, this is an older video. So I'm just now getting to see this. But they said there's a lot of people that was against Caleb on this. How can you sit there and hear this crap, honestly, and not understand what's going on? There's no loophole. I'm looking for any way to get what I need. Even look, officer, I got red marks. I want to press charges on my own kid. This is disgusting, man. This is child abuse. This is child abuse. Let me get through the video.
Can I talk, please?
Go ahead.
She just called me her baby, but she's threatening to sue me.
I'm not trying
She-
to.
you
sue
just said
I'm
you were
doing
gonna press
anything I
charges.
can to get you away from him, babe.
I'm your baby, but you were gonna press charges on me
Yeah.
because you put your arm in the window and I tried to peacefully get it out.
Anything to get you away from Caleb right now,
Do you
babe.
see the tension here?
John Caleb.
I
Thank you,
don't.
sir.
I don't think.
Thank you.
CALEB.
Last name.
Leverett, Leverett.
Oh, you got his information?
I've already
Yeah, he's got my
all right,
ID.
that's what I was.
I've already ran him.
All right, you're free to go.
Well, can you make a report of this, or could I have a copy of this? And I don't know how that works. If she called, but we're involved. I mean, y'all are telling me I'm free to go, but
yeah, I'm not.
I mean,
you
you
have
have it on
you have it on
video.
your recording that says you're free to go. If she tries to call it in saying you kidnapped her kid,
We're not gonna do nothing about it.
you can show the officer shows up. You can show him the end of this video.
do y'all have a business card by chance?
No, sir, I do not. But like you said, I'm Officer Brennan Spinks, so that's the police department badge number 147.
Okay.
Okay.
But here's another issue, guys. And I just want to make these points before we get to the end of the video because I don't want to forget about them. Spinks, why wasn't you saying that in the beginning? You just sat here and went through all this tension. This is the best interest of the child. Family courts. Seriously? Do you see what's going on here? Your own people that are supposed to be enforcing the law don't know what the hell is going on. And guys, but it's also the reason that I want to say, don't paint everybody with the same brush. They're told to stay out of these type of disputes. Spinks, you need to learn a little bit more about what's going on. I am glad that the second officer showed up. Here's one that did his job, and then there was one that thought this was what is going. What does it say about the training of these police officers? Custodial interference, 25.03. I'm a Georgia boy, but I know the number out there in Texas. It is supposed to be a felony. It is supposed to be against the law. right? What is going on where these officers don't even know what they are involved in? Thankfully, it looks like this ended a much different way. Let's keep this going. I'll come back on here and give my thoughts in a second.
I mean, I'm more than willing to take him to school, but ask her if you can. We're free to go. Ask her if you can get your school stuff. I mean, you're off tomorrow, right? Memorial Day.
Can you make sure they don't? Excuse me. I don't want them getting there. I'll get my.
We can.
Okay,
By policy, we
by
can.
policy, I can't.
We can.
You can't go in.
They changed it.
It's do what?
They changed it
By what?
for
To go in there?
disturbance.
It's not a disturbance.
It's
It's civil.
I know, but it's a disturbance, so we can stand by while you gather some stuff.
Please. I mean,
Can y'all can stand by?
We can stand by.
I mean, he's
Just-
telling you he's
it has-
afraid.
It has to be fast though. Okay.
it'll take me 5-minute stops.
I like this.
Don't even make it 5 minutes, dude. Make it 1 minute.
He's out. I have legal custody. Yes, I have legal custody. You just said that you can't take my time. He's not leaving again. He's not. I have legal custody.
There he goes to save the day. There he goes to save the day. Come on, man. Well, officer, let me tell you. Down in the comments, how many of you are recognizing some of the stuff that you're seeing right now? Guys, please. Some of you are so emotional, you can't even explain what's going on. This video says it all. No wonder it's got 43 million views. This video says it all.
You tried to make me stay.
Yes, I did. Because I have legal custody of him. Right now, now my child is coming home, and now he's kidnapping him. He doesn't have any time. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have any time. I don't understand that.
Okay, Trooper, go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Parker doesn't seem so upset anymore.
Good job, buddy. Wow.
She tried to slam the door to my own room and force me to stay there. I pushed her as, I would say, self-defense. I did not assault her. I'm not staying there anymore.
Well, Parker Kelly, I'm thoroughly impressed.
Guys, holy crap, man. That video was one of the most triggering things I have ever seen. And you know, I'm glad to be talking with Caleb tomorrow. From what I understood, he's had some issues and stuff like that. And this video obviously went viral. He showed it to the legislation. There's a lot of people that knew that this was going on in the state of Texas. But if anybody could see a video like this and it doesn't make them understand, it really makes me question, like, what's going on? Because there's more people like this out there. Don't kid yourself. This situation is not uncommon. One bit whatsoever, everybody. Yes, let's go. How many of you guys have seen that video before versus how many of you haven't? I'm going to tell you, I knew about it, but I haven't watched it all the way through. I got to speak to Caleb, like I said, about a year ago. And then when I found out he was in Georgia, I was like, dude, come down to the studio. So one thing I would like to do, I heard, you know, he's got his haters and stuff on this. There was people that thought that he was in the wrong in that video. What? Do you even mention do you think there was anything wrong? You know, when I say to question the narrative, when somebody would come in there and take up for something like that, can you just ask, do you think that the mom did anything wrong? Was the stepdad in the wrong for standing there? I honestly don't know who made me more upset. It was very hurting to my ears to sit there and listen to that from mom. But stepdad, man, like, what's going on, guys? You think it's okay? You can sit by and watch this happening. What would that have been like if that would have been you? Anyway, so what I would like to say is tomorrow, if there's somebody in there that thinks he was in the wrong, bring the questions, man. Let's conversate. You know, I might not agree with you. That's okay. Bring in the questions. Let's talk about it, because that's what it's about, guys, is destroying the narrative that has been used. If anybody wants to know what it's like, show them this video. I'm going to tell you, I saw just about every trick in the book. How they cry on command, how they use the emotions when they didn't get their way. Then look what happened. If the dad would have followed this kid inside of the house and would have slammed that door, what would have happened? If the dad would have reached through that window and done what mom was doing, what would have happened? How come the police officers both had two different sides of the story with what's going on? I could pick so much apart. I might have to go and rewatch this video. But for anybody that would like to educate themselves before Caleb comes on tomorrow, he has a whole channel that he documented all of this. There was more videos. I saw videos that happened after this where the boy was at the courthouse. He sat down in the middle of the road and like, I am not going with her. But it's just the double standards that we see in our society today. Like, what would have happened if he would have dropped that kid off and would have just ran off? I mean, so many people would be so quick to call him a deadbeat. Or, I mean, and look, that was exactly what she was trying to do. Oh, you smoke your marijuana. You smoke your marijuana. I know they got to hate that marijuana is legal now. I don't smoke it, but there's a lot of people that do. And I think it's way less harmful than drinking. I'll be honest with you guys. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me, but I've always said I don't think there's anything that wrong with marijuana. But I got to label you a pothead. I got to label you vicious. I got to label you something. You know, I don't even like for you going over there in the first place. Well, why don't you like me going over there? You know, you're young. You don't need to know everything. Dude, really? Jesus, man. Jesus. Yeah, Kirsten said, I've seen it and lived through it with my husband, my stepdaughter, and her mother. It's so triggering to watch this after living through what we did. Her mother acted the same way every time. It was so damaging to my stepdaughter and my husband. They have no regards for their babies when they gaslight them into coming in the home and then destroy them physically and emotionally when they get them into the home. Listen, guys, there is a reason. There is a reason why that video was so triggering. And we talk about this all the time when we're talking about parental alienation, some of the bull crap that goes on in some of the side of the family courts. A lot of people play from the same game. They play from the same rule book. And one of the hardest challenges it is to get this movement going anywhere is these men like to think that their situation is a one-off. As bad as the video was that you just watched, it was not a one-off, but it was one of the situations that was on the video that people can sit back and say, I know what that is. I can see that from a mile away, right? It's the same thing with Johnny Depp. Dude, sitting back watching those recordings. They think that case was so big because it was just Johnny Depp. No. There were so many people that could sit back, including stepmoms, including moms, including grandmas and other people. We're not just making this a men thing, but we could sit back and say, look, this is what happens. These are the tricks. I notice it, and you don't look, man. I mean, is it not crazy that for those of us that have been in this community that see these stories, that hear some of the challenges that men are going through, we're so quick to pick up on what's going on. But you got these attorneys, these judges, these so-called experts and all this, that it takes them all these tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars and court dates and all this other stuff to figure out what's going on. Do I think they're that stupid? No. Do I think they're doing it for a reason? 100%. You remember what I was talking about the other day when I said they've put price tags on our families? That's exactly what they've done. If you are a person and you go through a divorce and you want to be with your kids, how much do you got? Because that's what it's going to cost you. And guess who has allowed them to do that? We have by not speaking up. Guys, your situation is not uncommon. And what you're going to have to do is get in here, inform, and show that. Stop thinking it's just about your own personal case. Cases like this, I'm glad that he's got that. If anything, this should teach you to pull out that phone in the states where you can record. This is just disgusting, man. Eric Kramer, Caleb wasn't in the wrong, not in the least. I hope, God willing, that Jeff Younger gets his son back. Man, dude, $2 million, right at $2 million that Jeff Younger has spent. The stories just keep getting worse and worse. And just when we think that, hey, we've heard the worst, you know, it's like the family court's like, hold our beer. We got another one coming from you. Patrick, during custody exchange, my ex won't even come outside. She sends her new husband. My daughter needs to see her mom and I communicating and working together, but her mom refuses to try to communicate. And the stepdad is a mighty mouse. I am so glad that that took off, man. I am, because I know White Knight, the simp and everything, but it is what it reminds me of. Here I come to save the day. Mighty Mouse is on the way. Guys, what makes you think that you are protecting somebody? These are people, you hear me talk about it. I know it gets old. Because you're going to hear it on every show. But that narrative is so ingrained in these guys that they think they are doing what they are supposed to do. This is what a good man does. A good man does not block a relationship with a biological father and his child. They're going to end up hating you for that. You already got a challenge coming into the house in the spot that their dad once was, but then you start blocking that relationship. See how much more they hate you. It doesn't look like he wanted to talk too much to stepdad, and I don't blame him. And you know what, dude? I'd love to give a big high five to Parker for putting him in his place. You don't belong in here anyway, because he didn't. Man, we got a lot to talk about. If you guys want to see more of it, like I said, go check out Caleb Leverett's channel over there on YouTube. I asked him if I could play that for you guys. He said yes. So have your questions ready. Even the ones that want to poke holes at it and say, oh, this isn't true, or he should have done this, or he should have done that. His son stood his ground. Now, have I seen situations where it's been brainwashed and it's been manipulated for the kid not to get out of the car? Absolutely. 100%. Do I think that was what was going on there? No. When he started saying, you've hit me, and then she didn't even back down in front of those cops. Yes, I did, and I'm going to do it some more. Dude, if that would have been a dad, been on the ground with handcuffs on so quick. But I guess because a dad, he's looked at as stronger, he can actually hurt. This was a kid she was talking to, man. You're going to tell me that they couldn't have done some damage? Wow. Mighty Mouse sat there and watched. I bet he sat there and watched it numerous times. You move, you got to go through me. That's why he didn't want to get out of that car. Allegedly, my opinion. He didn't want to get out of that car. Parker, man, thanks, dude. And you know what? One of the saddest things is it took them having to record this, and now this boy's story has been all over the internet. You are a strong, strong voice, man. I would encourage you to make sure that you're speaking up, getting involved, because there is another Parker. There's millions of other Parkers sitting there that are glad that you did what you did, and they need to be encouraged to speak up. We need them. We need them. That was very, very strong. All right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. Join me 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I'll be live. We'll take your questions, and looking forward to talking to Caleb, man. I don't know if I could watch that video again, to be honest with you. That's triggering. The saddest part about watching something like that is it feels familiar. You guys understand what I'm saying when I say that? It seems familiar. I'm glad to know that this story is over. He is doing really good now. And so be good to get an update. But for anybody that doesn't understand what you're going through, let them watch that. Throughout the hour, it just seems to get worse and worse, right? When this trick doesn't work, I go to this one. When that doesn't work, I go to this one. When that doesn't work, I go to this one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey everybody, Eric Carroll here. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Dad Talk Today. While we fight for you, we would ask for you to please help fight for us. Like, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell so you get notifications every time we go live. There's also Super Chats, patreon.com/dadtalktoday, and other ways you can support our channel. Thank you for being